is for arpan. Queso, what's up, my man? Shota, shoot your question, mate. ABBA did come from Sweden, and so did Ace of Base and Yngwie Malmsteen and In Flames. Joe Bonamassa, I know who it is, yeah, I never learned any of his stuff. I don't know any Ted Nugent, sorry. So Dire Straits, Well, there's this, I think it's Money for, no. Sultans of Swing, or does it? Plays these arpeggios. I'm not a good bass player. I am ducking awesome. Thanks so much, man. Means the world to hear. Yeah, I'm using a lot of fancy techniques here. It's a little bit too much, maybe some would argue, but it's a lot of fun. And it's a good opportunity if you see something and you'd like me to break it down, I'm all here for you. What I do here is semi-improvising and it's semi-practicing. I'm working on many of these runs by repeating them many times. And typically I wouldn't do that if I were trying to make something that was strictly musical. I just use like the fast run once or twice. And here I'm doing it 15 times. So that's but we're guitarists here, so I guess we can get away with it. I don't know any Pantera solos. I do know a few riffs. How are you resolving chromatics? That's an interesting question. It's a bad Pantera day. So let's try to resolve some chromatics here. I'm a big fan of using 4-note per string chromatics. So basically, this one should be fairly easy to decipher. Going from 15 to 12, right? And then repeat the same thing on the next string, but 16 to 13. So you get... And if we resolve that, it's a good idea to start in a safe place, so pentatonics. So I started and ended with pentatonics, and I had this problematic chromatic Flight of the Bumblebee run in the middle. And again, I was just doing on the high E string 15 to 12 and then 16 to 13. And then I went back up and back and forth doing this kind of thing, right? Where I just play one note out of the high E string. Michigan, what's up? Tapping, we can try that. So the key here was to start with pentatonics, play your chromatics, resolve to pentatonics again. That's a pretty good recipe if you're like in a rock situation. Of course, this kind of stuff works better if you have a good flow on those chromatics. The slower you play them, the harder it's going to be to get away with them, I find at least. Tapping. Let's try some tapping. I don't know any Indian music, sorry. Get this guy a live concert. You're too kind, man. We have some chromatics again. Doing the same thing, Flight of the Bumblebee, just waiting for the beat to come back, and that's when I resolve to pentatonics again. Thank you, Arpan. Good to see you, Johnny. I don't know any Moroccan music, sorry. Don't give him a guitar, he's cooking. Swifty, you're too kind, man. Isaiah, thanks so much, man. I try to both inspire through my playing and through my teaching. I think it's a good combination. That's how I learned. I had 1 year of private tuition with a very inspirational Swedish guitarist, Christian Niemann. And he was a really good shredder, but he also, taught me the modes and some theory stuff, and that was a really good combo. So I'm happy to give it back. How are you so good? You're too kind, man. Fire. Professional player, thank you so much. So I have been making a living out of my playing and my teaching for, 20 years, something like that. And I've been playing for like around 30 years, I would say. What was the question? Exactly, Swifty. I'm a big fan of not believing in any form of natural talent or thing like that. To me, it's all about devotion. So I'm not saying anyone can learn to play amazingly, but I'm saying it has nothing to do with your genes. That's what I'm saying. So it's hard to get good, but it's your devotion that's going to matter in the end. If you love what you're doing and you do it on a daily basis, you're going to get good. The contrary is also true. So you can spend a lot of time practicing while not being devoted, and you're not going to get anywhere. Fabregas, I don't know what that is. I'm practicing guitar for 2 months, but I am good. Awesome to hear by them. Hey Chris, how do I start playing guitar? How do I start practicing? Give me advice. Very good question there. So I'm a big fan of, if you're just starting out, like day one, then it's not so much about what you play, or not so much about how you play it, because everything you're going to play is going to sound like crap. That's just the way it is for everybody in the beginning. But what matters is to choose something that inspires you to play, even though you're going to sound like crap for months and months and months and months. So always start with something that is close to what you want to be able to play, Best is if you can start practicing some chords for a song that you like. It's all good. Or if you really dream of playing lead guitar, then learn some really basic lick that kind of aligns with your musical preferences. Because what I found is, for beginners, the problem is not really practicing correctly. I mean, that's important, but it's not as important as practicing something that makes you want to continue playing. Because most people don't give up because they have bad technique. Everybody has bad technique in the beginning. People give up because they're given like the wrong things to practice, right? I might tell you, well, this is a good finger exercise. Do this if you're a beginner. And yeah, you're never gonna get there in the beginning, right? You're just gonna put the guitar down. So, learn a song. If you like Nirvana, then that's more doable. It's going to be insanely hard as well, but it's doable, and it's going to make you want to keep on playing. I think that's the most important part. Okay, hybrid picking. Check out my right hand. This is all hybrid picking, right? I'm using the pick in combination with my fingers. I also use it for slower, like bluesy playing, right? Cool, yeah, Blind Guardian. It's awesome. We actually had Marcus Siepen on the GMC site teaching for, he recorded quite a bit of lessons for us, so you might want to check that out. Maxim, I don't understand your returning comment. Don't give this man a guitar, he's cooking. Why are you saying that all the time? Explain it. He's the best guitarist I've ever seen. You're too kind, Bidden. Mutu, you can teach me for sure. What do you want to teach me? Yeah, exactly. It's meant to be fun. Good words right there. Oh, my favorite lick from my early playing days. That was probably what I showed you guys. I think it was 2 days ago. This kind of... I did this kind of just basic pentatonic licks as I'm starting out. So just bending the 14th fret and the 12th fret, like in E minor pentatonic. Maybe repeat the same on the D string. Maybe even B string so you get the Dorian sound. It's all just 14 and 12, 14, 12, and then bend the notes. And I found that inspirational because it would give me like a bluesy melody, and it was easy to throw in variations of that. So even though I didn't have a lot of chops, I could still jam around like this. And then later on that would evolve into something else, right? So it was a good starting point, and I think everybody in this chat can probably try to play 14 and 12, right? You have it, some Nirvana there. Oh, you're on fire, so that's why I'm cooking. I like it. Bro, I'm using quite a bit of legato. That's true. So let's sound like this. This is all legato. You can hear the smooth flow, right? If I were picking the notes, it would sound more like this. But here it's a smoother sound, and I'm not even using the right hand just for dampening and the occasional note. So very big difference again. Picking would be, whereas legato would be, or one more time. That's smoother, right? With legato, you don't want like to have a peak every time you pick the note, or every time you like move from one string to the other, and you want to give a little bit of picking help. Then you got to be really careful not to pick the note too hard, and that's what I did in the first. So I showed you legato, and I was like, no, I want to do that again. That's because I hit the notes a little bit too hard, so it didn't sound as smooth. And so with legato, you really want if you're picking or using hybrid picking, a really soft attack, so that those notes are not very much louder than the hammer-ons and the pull-offs, right? You want these notes to be as loud as the picked notes. So you have to pick very carefully. That's how you get the smooth sound. Again, with picking, you do. Whereas legato is more like that. You recently played Under a Bridge. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Save some ladies for the rest of us. I like it. Kurt Hammett. I like it. So hopefully that makes sense. And you can hear it in action now. You look badass with those glasses. Glad you like it. The main reason is actually because I have a better lighting now, or stronger lighting, and this gives me headache if I sit, speak for you guys, to you guys for 40 minutes, and I have a powerful lamp in my face. You can see it here. It's this one. But yeah, I agree. I look badass. Whoops. So here's some picking in action, right? It sounds more aggressive. It pops out a little bit more. Legato, a little bit smoother. It struggles a little bit more with cutting through if there's a lot of things happening in the backing. Still a very smooth sound. Pinch harmonic. That's another example of picking, right? I'm picking every note here. With legato, you would get a smoother sound there. Modern day guitar hero, you're too kind. Oh, acoustic. You want me to die? That's why you're asking me that. Well, okay, I accept the challenge. I actually have a soft pick here. So should I try to play the acoustic? I'm warning you, I'm not a good acoustic player at all, so. This will just be like, to show you the contrast. Oh, I have a broken string as well. So I'm just gonna be able to play on the top strings. This one is just a like quick repair for a photo session, but I'm not gonna be able to tune it. So, I will try to shred a little bit of an acoustic just because it's been such a, with the acoustic, or with a nylon string, classical guitar, that's what it is. But I'm gonna have to avoid the A string because it's completely out of action, even though it looks okay. As you can hear, I haven't played it for a long time. So, this is gonna be horrible. Oh, Mittwoch! You like my tune Mittwoch? So yeah, just too many notes. You know, if I were given maybe an hour to practice and try to get some classical chops back, maybe I would be able to play more melodic. But there I was just doing random stuff. So, but you asked for it. It really wasn't my fault. You guys asked for it. Come on, come on. I can't even do this part. This should be the easy part. Back to electric. Oh yeah, back to the shred. Hello there, Skadits. Practicing myself. Oh, Christopher Hurt is here. Awesome, man. Brother from another mother. What is the value of your guitar collection? Not that much. I don't have any super high-end guitars. Most of my guitars are around the give or take $1,000. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not your Sur collection or Gibson collection, anything like that. So some of my favorite guitars are actually I bought them around $500 new. So it's not crazy high value, but I just like it for the variation. I really like picking up a guitar that feels very different. Not because it makes me play different, not because it makes me play better, but it pushes me to play differently. That's why I have these guitars. If I were just looking to have like 3 or 4 workhorses where I could totally just shred away, then I would probably, or maybe I would have bought much more expensive guitars and just had a few. But since I value versatility and resistance more than I value just like butter-like playability. I mean, this guitar has a great playability, so if I want to shred, I have a few guitars where I can do that. But I don't have like 2 or 3 all-in-one guitar that are completely stable. I can bring with me to any gig, and you know, I can shred or I can play my funky stuff, whatever. I don't really have that, so that would be like a different beast probably. If I started doing that, I would maybe invest in a new guitar. I don't know. Short question, long answer. Stammers in the chat, what's that? I don't know Bohemian Rhapsody. That's a good one. I'm hitting all the strings, but only one is ringing. I actually broke that down in a live stream just a few days ago, related to articulation and tone. This is actually Ray-Ban. I stole them from my wife, these shades. I think this is Kurt Cobain's favorite lick. He did this a lot, but never on stage. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Could probably turn that into a pretty cool metal riff. I don't remember Voodoo Child. Huh. Pretty cool stuff. So how do I do those notes where I hit all the strings but only have one note ringing? What is that? And that's basically me raking, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm using one finger, typically the index finger, to dampen all the strings. So I'm lightly touching them to get this sound. And then I use one or two fingers to fret a note. And what that is gonna do is effectively the same as having like a hairband or something like that, a string dampener on the guitar. So I'm dampening all the strings and I'm just letting this one targeted note ring. And what that does, it allows me to do whatever I want with my right hand, because it doesn't matter if I hit all the strings, I'm still just gonna get one string ringing, which is the one I'm targeting with my ring finger here. And I get a very cool kind of scratchy rake sound. So if you compare it to just strumming or plucking a regular note, not as interesting as... And in fact, it's those scratchy notes that really can make a melody stand out. If you're just playing... Not as interesting, right? If you do... So that's actually super important to play slower and melodic stuff. You want to be in control of string dampening so that you can be aggressive with your right hand. Because when you are aggressive with your right hand, that's also when you get a good tone. That's when you get the scratchy, rake kind of. So this is a killer technique, not only for like, you know, at the end of your whatever shred run. That's what you might have seen me do now, but it's also really good on its own, right? Sounds so much better than if you were to play. I'm not sure if you agree. So slowly what I'm doing, lightly touching, I'm targeting one note and then I do an upwards rake and then downward rake, and that's when I actually hit my target note. No, John, that's a good question. What's my favorite way to warm up? Do I just pick up the guitar and start shredding right away? So I don't do that, and it's a great question. If I try to do that, it's just going to be horrible. So my warm-ups are actually pretty important, and they're really boring these days. That's because I'm more and more just targeting my weaknesses. Earlier on, or at least when I had started gaining some chops, I wanted to, as soon as possible, be warmed up so I can shred, right? But I'm past that stage now, and now I'm trying to fix the issues. So it's related to timing a lot of times. So a lot of times this kind of boring warm-up. So I might just be doing... Very good kind of shuffle swing exercise, especially if I can take that. Now that might not look as much, but what I practiced there was actually sweeping with swingy phrasing. That requires control. So again, instead of just doing my shreddy stuff, I would do... A lot of time we get our rhythm from like the down and up strumming, but here I'm practicing rhythmic sweeping. So this is an example of trying to go in and fix tiny timing issues in all my different techniques that I've worked so hard on. So it's really going back, cleaning up. That's what this warm-up is about. On top of that, if I can practice like this for an hour or so, then when I start shredding, I'm in much more control than if I were to, try to start shredding from scratch. So this practicing and warm-up seems boring, but it's insanely effective for me. And depending on where you are in your practicing stage, but if you're like me and you have been putting in a lot of years and hours, you don't really need that bulk time to push your BPM another 10, you know, who cares? Now it's more about making it all, you know, glue all those techniques together and making them really work rhythmically and making them work well against a backing track. And so that's what my warming up is about these days. Had you asked me 15 years ago, it would have been a very different answer. Good, I have a pilot at my service. I didn't think that would happen. Can you fly around here? So yeah, both my practicing or warm-up example as well as this backing track is in E minor. So everything is in E minor today. Any good bluesy rock licks? For example, there I would have benefited from some bending practicing, right? I'm not hitting the right note. There it is. This is also, I think, the ever tune that is bending up a little bit for me here. Halo, what's up, my man? Thank you for the great comments. Sky Edits. Can you play Bocce the Rock? I don't know what that is. Sorry, man. There it ended. So I'm gonna tune a little bit and see if maybe that can improve the bending a little bit. This is a special guitar because it has ever tune, so works a little bit different. So I think what I should do to improve the bending, I should probably bend. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so money for nothing. I don't know. It's money for nothing. I know I don't. I can't play. Cannot play Metallica. I can do some Metallica. Yeah, Metallica does use alternate picking. Some people think that James Hetfield only used down picking. He does that for some riffs, but not for these riffs. I think that's Breed, right? Oh, Metallica. I was doing Metallica. You take a mortal man and put him in control. Don't play Stairway. Okay, I won't. Weezer, I don't know any Weezer. Pink Floyd, I don't know any Pink Floyd. Don't know any Freebird. I don't know any of those. Seek and Destroyed, I just played it. I think this is also forbidden, right? Cool. So many cool questions coming in. So from did he? I don't remember Cowboys from Hell. Sorry. Play whatever you want. That's good. Okay. So. Do we have anything nice here? Maybe try something else. Maybe this will call for a bit of a slower playing. That could yield some interesting discussion topics. Oh, change of key, scary stuff. B mixolydian. I don't know what Big Dogs is. Sorry, I'm never gonna be able to play with. I don't know any Steve Lukather. Kiss. You gotta lose your mind in Detroit. Great band, but I don't know a lot of songs by them. Let's keep searching for some nice backing tracks here. Sweep picking, this is for you, Matthias. I don't know any Pink Panther or Madonna, sorry. Chicken picking, I can do some hybrid picking for you, Matthias, or Ryan. I don't speak any Spanish. Je parle français. Vous pouvez parler français avec moi. Ja, und ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch. Desto mehr Svenska. know Jenny Django. Sorry, I love that track though. Don't know any Fleetwood Mac either. I'm just shredding her. Oh, behind my head. Oh, man. I'm just preparing for the back pain. I'm gonna break something here. Ah, that was difficult. Let's see if you can see the guitar. That's not... If you're on the wrong side of 40, that kills your back. I don't know any Avenged Sevenfold. Please, new follow if you're looking for the Madonna one. Sorry, I don't know any Madonna. George Lynch, cool guy, but I never learned anything from him. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. Alan Holdsworth. Well, I'm a big Holdsworth fan, but I never learned any of his stuff. But, you know, a lot of the Legato... It's hard not to attribute Holdsworth to some of this, you know. He was such a groundbreaking legato guitarist. Oh, my teeth, that's even worse. So when I pick with my fingers, this is called hybrid legato. So I'm using both pick and fingers. And it's helpful because a lot of times when we as guitarists mess up, it's because of a string traverse, right? We're trying to reposition the pick and move it around, and that's when we hit the wrong string and everything goes south. So with hybrid legato, you can kind of get away a little bit from that problem because you can kind of assign, if you're playing this kind of lick, I can kind of assign my pick to the B string, and then I can do hybrid legato on the high E string. So I don't have to kind of move back and forth with the pick. And that decreases the risk of hitting the wrong string. That's what it's all about. Play with your nose. Oh, damn it. It's even harder. Ouchie. I'm gonna get a red nose. Maybe you should do it like that instead, perhaps? Like, so. Oh, that's faster, right? This is called nose picking. It kills your hands. Ah, man. My hand is dead after that. Oh, I should stop being silly or I should start being silly? Joe Walsh, sorry, I don't. Play with pick and fingers, the guitarist of the country is... Yeah, chicken picking, exactly. Of course, it's easier when I can use my pick compared to the nose. But I like being silly, Bernard. What should I do if I like being silly? Can I still not be silly? Please, I want to be silly. Sean Lane, yeah, he did a lot of these. Also, a bit of a crazy legato guitarist. Am I a clown if I'm being silly, Bernard? What country am I from? I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. Oh, tired now in my hand. Song request. You can try, but it's been a long time since I learned a new song. Hello, Christopher. I used to watch your videos like 15 years ago. Awesome. The two-note speed picking really helped me to be a lead guitarist back then. Awesome. So basically, the blazing fast pentatonic. Crazy dude. Cheers, lad. Play blues, please. Bass guitarist. Bro is older than you. Who? Who's? Oh, yes. Grow up. Yeah, bro might be older than you. How old are you, Bernard? 7. Sorry, couldn't resist. 6? Nothing wrong with being 7 or 6. Song request. I don't know that. You probably know some English stuff. Not any songs, but a lot of the stuff I do is Ingve inspired. So, I mean, this is your Ingve harmonic minor thing, right? Especially if you add some arpeggios to the mix. Yeah, so since we have some Russians in here, we just have to say that you should definitely stop your war of terror against Ukraine. I'm deeply against that, and it's just illegal, and you have nothing there to do. So there, I've said it. We can move on. Sultans of Swing. Yeah, sorry, I don't know. Oh, green had chili. I love chili. Blackmore. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden, and I don't want to be invaded by Russia. Thank you. So time in Sweden is 10 o'clock. In the Battle of Guitar. I'm not sure I win against Steve Vai, but thank you. Well, the media in Russia is just saying that, you know, nothing is their fault. They're just protecting themselves against NATO aggression. So that's how they have to preemptively strike Ukraine because otherwise everything goes to hell. And now that it starts going to hell because Ukraine is basically, you know, counterattacking on Russian territory, then it's like, oh, this is what we were speaking about. Just crazy how you can believe that stuff, but I guess if you're brainwashed from birth and you never learned about, you know, what the Soviets did during and after the Second World War, then you're screwed, I guess. That's just how it is. Sorry we have to touch upon politics here, but basically when anyone comes in here and they're like proudly saying they're from Russia without also saying, you know, and I deeply regret what my country is doing to the Ukrainian people. If they don't say that, it's up to us to say. It's like, yeah, okay, you're from Russia. Are you going to say something about your illegal invasion? Okay, you won't. So, yeah, that's about it. But now we can play guitar. I like heavy metal, but again, I haven't played anybody else's riff for quite some time. But I like just. Oops, and I was shredding again. Yeah, we should definitely find something slower and melodic. I agree with that. Let's do that. Epic ballad, epic Lydian. Let's try that. C sharp Lydian. Let's see. So here I'm playing in C sharp minor. Ari, I do have instructional videos. You can just search for my names and you're gonna, my name. My name's in plural because it's Christopher and Dahl, but search for my name and you're gonna find it. So this is in C sharp Lydian, and it has this mysterious kind of sound. Can you hear it has a very special, mysterious vibe? If so, then you're actually reacting on the sound of Lydian, because this backing track has Lydian all over it as well. So it shouldn't sound like D major. If anything, it should sound like C sharp major then. Yeah, it's interesting. Let's see if we can try Dorian as well and see if we can hear the difference. So Dorian, to me, the Dorian doesn't have quite as a distinctive sound. So it's a little bit harder to, I think, if you're new to this, to just hear it. Lydian is very special. So the Lydian mode has the notes of C sharp minor, E flat, or yeah, that's the one we played, F, and then comes the actual Lydian note there. So the actual Lydian note that's the G note in C sharp. That's the sharp before, which makes the Lydian sound. And then you have A flat, and you have B flat, and you have C. You can probably Google it and get a better explanation there. Cool, guys. So, I really want to thank you for tuning in. This was a hysteric session. I really liked it. I played with my nose. I played with my teeth. I condemned the illegal invasion of Russia and Ukraine. And we had a lot of fun. So I think this was a good session. And I hope you're going to tune in the coming ones. I do them pretty much every day in my European mornings. So you're always welcome to join. And if you don't catch me live, you can always find the replay here on the channel. So thank you so much for tuning in. You guys are the absolute best. I love you. I'm Christopher Dahl, and you've been wonderful. Thank you so much.